The 2026 Methodist Conference was held at the Telford International Centre between the 25th of June and the 1st of July. The conference is the governing body of the Methodist Church and meets annually to discuss matters affecting the life of the Church, the nation and the world. It was a busy conference with topics discussed including assisted dying, Israel-Palestine, artificial intelligence and online communion. On Saturday the 27th of June, the Reverend Mark Slaney was elected and inducted as President of the conference and Caroline Stead as Vice President. With the new President being the chair for the Scotland District and the Shetland District, the pair were piped on the stage. Following a song from Mark, the Vice President and President gave their addresses on the theme of sorrow and joy.
We have to be candles, burning between hope and despair, faith and doubt, life and death, all the opposites. That is the disquieting place where people must always find us.
During the Sunday worship, 13 presbyters and 2 deacons were received into full connection, along with 3 presbyters by transfer and 1 presbyter by reinstatement. The presbyters and deacons who were not already ordained travelled to nearby churches with their families and friends for the ordination services. The Connectional Council. The Council presented reports from the Ministries, Mission and Resourcing Committees. The Council also brought an update on the Economic Justice Working Group to develop a process by which ministry and mission can be funded. The Council brought a report on the missional use of property. The conference directed the Faith and Order Committee to develop a clear and theologically informed understanding of the local church and report to the conference in 2027. The Law and Polity Committee was directed to produce detailed proposals for how models of trusteeship might work in practice. The Council reported on the work being undertaken by the Ministries Committee concerning ministerial flourishing. Pilot schemes are being established in 3 districts and connectional resources are being developed. An interim report will be brought to the Ministries Committee in October 2026. Update on the Justice, Dignity and Solidarity Strategy. The conference received an update on the implementation of the JDS strategy since it was adopted in 2021. Key developments include new oversight bodies, practical resources, dedicated inclusion roles, equality impact assessments and efforts to diversify leadership. Training has been expanded through the Learning Network alongside initiatives such as Solidarity Circles, Inclusive Worship Pilots and the Discrimination and Abuse Response Service. The report encouraged observance of a JDS Sunday on a locally chosen date across the connection. 3Generate and the voices of children and young people. 3Generate 2025 was the largest yet, with over 1,700 young attendees. Young people expressed to the conference how much they value worship, community and faith development, but shared their concerns that church practices do not fully meet their needs, desiring more accessible and age-appropriate worship, greater involvement in leading services and clearer teaching of the Bible. The conference encouraged circuits and districts to enable those involved in ministry with children and young people to support them in biblical exploration and explore more frequent opportunities for local gathering. Assisted dying. The conference considered a report on assisted dying, which had been requested by last year's conference following the long-standing public debate on the issues and the legislative developments in the various jurisdictions covered by the Methodist Church in Britain. The conference referred the report back for further work and that a new report be brought in 2028. Triennial membership returns. The conference received the membership returns alongside data that had been collected on attendance at worship and other forms of engagement within the life of the Church. The total membership figure, adjusted for missing data, stands at 129,697, with total attendance including online at 99,813. Action for Hope. The conference received an update on the aspiration to become net zero. The conference noted that progress has been made across the connection, but that parts of the Church have struggled to develop a robust strategy to meet the target. With regret, the conference agreed to the refocusing of the work to an ongoing carbon reduction plan with the removal of the 2030 target date. Online celebrations of Holy Communion. The conference provisionally decided that online celebrations of Holy Communion should be generally permitted in the Methodist Church. The views of the synods will be sought and a final decision will be made by the 2027 conference. In the meantime, the period of discernment has been extended for another year. Revision of authorised liturgies. The conference adopted principles for liturgical style and language to guide the work in the revision of its authorised liturgies. These principles emphasise the need for language that seeks to be inclusive and expansive, recognising a variety of traditions. The new collection will be called Praying the Faith, Authorised Liturgies for Methodist Worship. Artificial Intelligence. A report was received considering the implications of AI and its practical and theological impact across the Methodist Church. Recommendations adopted by the conference included working towards issuing appropriate guidance that would be available across the connection and directing the Ministries Committee to consider how material regarding AI can be included within training for ordained and lay ministries. Kairos 2. Father Fadi Diab, the rector of the Anglican parish in Ramallah in the West Bank, presented the Kairos 2 document, A Moment of Truth, Faith in a Time of Genocide, calling for greater costly solidarity with the Palestinian people. The conference asked for a study resource to be produced for churches. It also asked for the President to write to the UK Prime Minister and Foreign Secretary and the governing bodies of other jurisdictions in which the Methodist Church in Great Britain has a presence, urging them to uphold international law and to take the actions outlined in the Time to Act campaign. Reparative justice. The conference considered the issues raised by the work undertaken to uncover and understand the extent to which Methodist churches might have benefited directly or indirectly from the traffic in enslaved African people. The conference heard that the research exposes both the silence and complicity of Methodism's early leaders and of the Methodist Church during its first century. A statement, apology and initial actions will be brought before the conference for approval in 2027, recognising that these will be informed by ongoing work with global partners. Ecumenical. The conference recommended renewal of the Life in Covenant group for a further 5 years and directed the Faith and Order Committee to work in collaboration with the Faith and Order Commission of the Church of England. The conference received a report from the Methodist United Reformed Church Liaison Group and directed that a report come to the 2027 conference concerning the vision and shape of possible future collaboration. Report of the Chairs and Wardens meeting. The District Chair and Warden of the National Order asked the conference to make an urgent response to hate crime, harassment, discrimination and malicious conduct directed towards ministers. The conference directed the councils to establish a process to provide coordinated support as necessary. President and Vice President designated for 2027-2028. The conference designated the Reverend Dr. Jennifer Smith to be the President and Daniel Keane to be the Vice President of the conference for 2027-2028. The Methodist Conference 2027 will be held between the 24th and 30th of June, once again in Telford.